Hey everyone, how are you doing? Monica Bodierski here, artist and author of the Shadowland Tarot and the House of Shadows Lenormand. You may notice that it is daytime in my video, and you get to see Shadowland Studio by the light of day. Well, there's a reason for that. I've had 3 hours sleep, and I've been up, and, well, I had a little video fail. I normally upload these videos a little bit in advance, have them edited, have them all done, ready to roll for your morning coffee on Sunday, and I hit a snag. No, I hit 12 snags. No lie. I had every possible fail. Now, you'll hear other YouTubers say that. At some point, there's going to be a complete cave-in at the mine. I'm serious. Everything that went wrong, mostly in uploading, which was even more frustrating because I had the full video. I went and I edited, added text, added a little sound, and nothing would upload. Nothing. So, after many hours of workarounds, which I happen to be good at because fails, they happen all the time with technical things, so you should have backup. But I have backup for my backup for my backup, okay? Happen to be cautious, like to think of myself as prepared. Didn't matter. Did not matter. So, the video about Beltane and what to do for growth and energy and everything, just kind of gone, done. We're going to do another video, and we're not going to talk about all the wonderful energies of growth and whatever. Oh, well, maybe we are, but in the form of communication. This just prompted me to think, well, how we communicate, obviously, why we feel so compelled to communicate, why sometimes we just shut it down. Okay, so I want you to try this too, and I have a couple of cards. Please keep in mind I've had 3 hours sleep, so I can't even imagine how this is going to actually turn out and if what I'm saying is going to make sense. But, I've cruised before on exhaustion. Not that that's something to be proud of. It just happened for many caregiving reasons, and somehow I managed to continue teaching and doing the things I was doing, and others seemed to think it was fine, even though it was a little out-of-body experience for me. So, let's look at a couple of cards. Get your tarot, get your oracle, shuffle along with me, and I'm going to pull a couple of cards about communication. All right? And the first card is, when do you communicate most frequently? Okay? And the second card is going to be, when do you tend to shut down? All right? So, I'm going to pull a couple of cards. And the first card about communication. When do you communicate freely? Well, that's kind of interesting. I have the Hanged Man here, number 12. The Hanged Man is very much about changing perspective. So it seems that you are very good at sharing, communicating, discussing, maybe arguing if this was reversed or you want to look at the shadow. And it is Major Arcana. It's for your whole life. This seems to be a pattern for you that you like to communicate when you've discovered something new and you've changed your perspective. So you'd like to share. That's a good thing. That's a good thing to speak up about, because when you learn, we all learn, right? So good on you, and thank you for sharing when you've learned something new. And think about what prompts you to change your perspective and look at things differently, how you look at them, and ask yourself, why do you share? I tend to share when things go terribly awry so that I can make sense of it, or maybe share with others that things do go wrong and it's okay and you can still pick up and continue. You don't have to. No judgment here. Most people who have sanity, something I lost a while ago, would probably just say, it's not that important, give up. So, and I'm not saying that like, oh shucks, pseudo humble. No, there can be a price to pay for pushing yourself too hard. I think we all know that. But changing perspective. Why do you share? Why do I share? So others maybe can learn about different points of view, different perspectives in general. If everyone's sharing their point of view and we're keeping an open mind and we look at things from all different angles and sides, we tend to be more objective and empathetic, I think. And really important to me is we tend to be a little better with community. We don't feel so cut off. We see that everybody goes through this stuff. Even the most well-laid plans, as they say. Things blow up, things go wrong. Even for someone who's prepared and has backups on their backups on their backups, stuff happens. And we just need to continue, whenever, however much of a pause you might need. But communication, it's important. It's important to share, particularly with this lockdown. And if I could tie it into Beltane, because it does help us with our own growth and moving forward. Planting those seeds and nurturing them, particularly with communication, I think is important. So all those isolated people don't feel that way. And maybe they feel like contributing a bit more, okay? And being loved and being appreciated for who they are, even if they're less communicative. Okay, so when do you not communicate? And no judgment here, not saying you should or shouldn't. That's not what this is about. It's kind of holding up a mirror to say when you do and when you don't. Okay, so the second card is when you don't. And I've got the Five of Wands. That is no surprise. Okay, I guess it kind of does apply to me. Might apply to you too if you're taking this as a reading instead of just trying your own. Oh, the Five of Wands. Perceived competition, discussion, but as you can see, all of these characters that I drew are the same and they all have their little horns out and they're going to clickety-clack, okay? Doesn't mean they're fighting, but it does kind of imply a pecking order and the need to understand group communications because potentially it could go very awry and turn into an argument. So that's when you shut down. In perceived competition or perhaps intimidation, seems like a normal thing for me. I kind of shut down in those kind of discussions and meetings where I feel that my point of view maybe isn't that important and nobody wants to hear me. I mean, those are internal issues. But you know what? Sometimes people don't want to hear you. There are groups of folks who don't think you're that important, and if you already have that internalized doubt or issue, man, that's a shutdown right there. That is a no-go. That is, let's pour water on the wand's fire. I'm not talking, not communicating. People will argue or push back. Oh, look on social media. You make a comment about, especially in this pandemic, it's become so polarized. You have an opinion about social justice issues. Woo! You have an opinion about whether or not people should social distance and wear masks and how much control governments have over that decision. Ouch! Highly volatile situations right now. Understandable if there's a bit of a communication shutdown, or as the wands might be implying, a lack of energy to engage because of sheer exhaustion. Speaking of which, I'm going to end this video now because I need to have a dirt nap right where I probably am. So thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful week ahead, and I might be making my videos just a little earlier just in case all 12 of my backups have fails. So have a wonderful week. Stay healthy. Take a look at your strengths and celebrate your own resilience because I know you've got it. Okay, everyone, take care. Don't forget to leave comments below, subscribe, all of that good stuff that I'm probably not thinking of right now. Take care. Bye-bye.